Hey everyone, I recently watched the Bling Ring series on Netflix. What a great reminder that we are not the things we have. I've been on both ends, having a lot of nice things and not having a lot of nice things. My life didn't change either way, and people's perception of me based on things doesn't matter. I don't judge people still caught up in finding validation in material things, though. It's something that most of us do at some point in our life, maybe even all of our life. It's been said for years, but will any of us leave this earth with thoughts of all our material possessions? I see it now as a con job by big companies' marketing skills to lure our hard-earned dollars into their pockets. We're so easily manipulated. Most of the world doesn't live a high society life with great wealth, but we want to feel like we do. It's not that I don't like nice things, I do, but I've learned the hard way that while luxury cars, for instance, can bring enjoyment, it has nothing to do with our self-worth or personal validation. Enjoyment of things is not to be confused with believing your self-esteem is wrapped up in them. It needs to be kept in perspective. We can get so attached to material things that it can devastate us to lose them. I'd also go so far as to say we can put too much sentimental attachment on things as well. Having things of sentimental value is comforting, but if they are lost or destroyed, hopefully we don't fall apart. Believing that others will look up to you and admire you because of the things you have or the clothes you wear is a fool's errand, as perfectly demonstrated in the Bling Ring. The reason we do this is we don't believe that we alone are enough. Having certain things may improve your outer look, but what about your inner? One practical thing I learned in life is to live within or below your means. Overextending yourself financially can cause great long-term damage. It's all a shallow delusion. If one is admired for what they have, what happens when it's gone? If someone marries you for your wealth, what happens when you're poor? Will they just try to take it from you? Happens all the time. It's great if you have wealth and nice things while living within your means. I wish that were true for all of us. But it's to be enjoyed and appreciated, not flaunted to gain power or create envy. Many of us are downsizing or living a minimalist life. With it comes less pressure. We can feel weighed down by too many possessions. There's also a middle path we can take, not excessive materialism and not extreme minimalism. Having what you need plus a little more. This life is not about having more and more material possessions, but what is forced upon us is a different story. As a society, we cherish things and objects. We consume and consume, making others richer and richer. How will we ever level the playing field? Knowing that wherever you land on the financial scale, that you are worthy, that you are of value, that you are uniquely you. Any attention that material things might bring you is not real and can possibly bring negative attention. When I woke up and my ego began being dismantled, one of the self-sabotaging behaviors I needed to change was believing that things make the person. I've mentioned before that I had created this false persona. Most of us do, whether we're aware of it or not. It wasn't that I didn't like the things I had, because I did. But I started feeling the weight of all my stuff. I decided to pare things down to only what I needed and my favorite things. Looking at it now, I believe it was part of my process. While I don't miss or remember most of the stuff I had, there are some things I wished I'd kept, some useful things. But at the time, I wanted only what I could pack inside and on top of my car. I was tired of hauling boxes around from place to place or having storage units with boxes that never get unpacked. Over the years, I purged and purged with each move. The things we have are to be used and enjoyed, but they do not represent who we truly are. Shoes and watches might bring a temporary high, but they won't love you back, nor will the people attracted to you because of them. We need to ask ourselves, how will this benefit me? Meaning, can I afford it? Can I afford it financially, emotionally, mentally? Or will it put undue stress on me? Why do I really want it? Is it for true enjoyment or comfort? Or am I just trying to make myself feel better? Most material things provide only a temporary high depending on the intention behind why we wanted it. It's not about buying a nice camera because you love photography. It's about buying a nice camera simply because you have to have the best of everything, regardless of need or use. In the Bling Ring, they go so far as to steal from others, thinking that the victims have plenty and won't notice the missing items and money. This is a desperate attempt for validation based on material things that weren't even theirs. It's sad and a wake-up call in its complexity. There are reasons behind this type of rationale that need to be healed on the inside. While this is an extreme example, most of us will experience these feelings to some degree until we realize that things are nice to have, but most are not a necessary component of our lives. Who we are is much more important than what we have. Here's to hoping that you don't have to learn the hard way.